Hello. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the OPPA Association, I'm coming to you this month with the November President's Message. One of the issues that we've been dealing with at the OPPA Association is especially last week's introduction of oversight and the Police Services Act updating by the current government. We were there last week. We had joined forces for the past several months with the Toronto Police Association and with the Police Association of Ontario. Before the legislation was introduced last week, myself and PAO President Bruce Chapman held a press conference at Queen's Park, for which we identified at that time some of our concerns with what we have anticipated and what is now a reality. Concerns specifically around privatization of policing. This concerns us greatly because we believe that it affects community safety, and we believe also that there is no evidence to suggest anywhere where there will be any cost savings. An example that I would use to illustrate this is, and some of the things that are being talked about, is disturbance response, privatization in ticketing schemes and these sorts of things throughout Ontario, giving municipalities the option to go with various privatized policing options, leading to inconsistency around the province as well. We see this as problematic because a disturbance response, and for us in law enforcement, we get it. We go to these calls all the time, and you get there and it turns out to be something more than even what had been called in. Simple 911 quote-unquote drops or calls that are pocket dialed, or those sorts of calls, we respond to across this province, and we later learn that when we get to the residents that we're dealing sometimes with a situation that isn't a pocket dial. It could be a domestic disturbance or something else. Our concerns are when these sorts of calls are privatized and farmed out, is that in fact when they respond, our concern will be that they'll have to turn around and call the police to respond. And this affects community safety and also officer safety. Some of the other issues, and it was almost a 500-page document. So the police associations in Ontario are currently getting together and continuing to look at this information, to break it down, to see where the concerns are, specifically around the expansion of the Special Investigations Unit, the expansion of the Ontario Independent Police Review Director, issues such as suspension without pay. There are so many key and critical issues that need to be broken down, and we need to do it systematically and strategically. One of the concerns we have about, for example, the expansion of the Special Investigations Unit is around some of the challenges that we currently see with the Special Investigations Unit, specifically the delay that officers across this province, we see it all the time, where they're waiting up to a year and a half in some cases just to find out the outcome of whether or not they're going to be charged criminally or not on cases that are not even complex in nature. We find this incredibly concerning, and any expansion to any of these units when we already currently have these challenges is concerned. One of the areas that was talked about was the fact that the ombudsperson for the province of Ontario will have some sort of oversight piece over the 3 investigative agencies, and we hope that that also will include the right for the police associations to put forward our concerns to the current director, Paul Dubé, about some of the concerns that we have. And I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate our new board members, Jason Cull from Northwest Region, Harold Coffin from West Region, and Terry Hubbard from the East Region. It's great having each and every one of these dedicated professionals on board. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank John Cherasolo and congratulate him on his role as Vice President and Chair of the Board of Directors. John has immediately hit the ground running and is doing an incredible job. We have come together as a team over the past week while we've been at head office going through governance issues and setting ourselves up for success so we can best represent you, the members. In the meantime, I'd like to thank each and every one of you, the members, for everything that you do each and every day. And in the meantime, to you and your families, take care and be safe.